Yeah. Hey, Aramis, how's it going? How's it going? Hey, we got more people coming in. Yeah, let's go. Let's fucking go, chat. How's everyone been today? Because I have been fucking busy all day. Especially when it's come to a certain fucking project. As well as planning out another project here. It's not the Dead Space 2 video. That's on the back burner right now. But it's another 2 games I want to talk about, but I want to... How do I put this? I want to play them through first, and then record and talk about it. Because there's a lot of things I want to talk about with it. Realized I haven't had a haircut since November. You going long hair? You going long hair there, my guy? It's okay if you're going long hair. I fully understand. I fully get it. Do not burn yourself out for us. I'm not. I'm genuinely excited to do this stuff. Like, I beat the second game of the series that I'm talking about just today. Don't worry, it's only 2 games. And that's with me taking breaks in between to work on 40K. Alright, where the fuck did we leave off? Trial day 2. Son of a bitch. Okay, memory powers activate. Last time, we found out that our client was fucked over. There's a bullet that's caught between, like, I think, like, 2 fucking things inside his body that's, like, right beside his heart. And this man's a dead man, essentially. Court record. Because I need a reminder. Okay, I don't think these are gonna come into play here. But, essentially, we found out that our client's wife is actually a nurse for the clinic that he got the surgery done at. And, she was at the scene of the crime, as evidenced by her toe print there, and the fact that she used these slippers to get away. So, obviously, something is very fucking wrong here. We also found a bullet, and we have this x-ray. So, ship be wild. And please, if you can today, please don't forget to donate. I am kind of fucked this month. Foot fetishists about to claim they solved it. Aw, dude. Aw, dude, any case with a foot fetish in it. It must be a day ending in Y. Anyway. This is it, the big day. Did you get any sleep? Yeah, I went to bed at 1 a.m. or so. Oh, what time did you wake up? 3 a.m. That's only 2 hours, Apollo. But at least you had me. And the amazing Mr. Hat. Here's looking at you, kid. Good luck today, Apollo. That voice. Yeah, get any sleep? Mr. Wright! I was going out of my mind with boredom, so I signed myself out early today. Somehow that place makes fake piano playing at the Indokine pasta joint seem almost fun. Daddy, do you know who Prosecutor Gavin's witness is today? Take a guess. How about Little Plum? That Sherman tank of a mom? Nope, guess again. Too bad, you know. Speaking of moms, you need to find me a new mommy one of these days, Dad. It's barely morning and you're at it already, Trucy. Okay, see, this is why I don't buy their father-daughter relationship. So, Mr. Wright, do you know who the prosecution's witness is? Alita Tiala, your client's fiancée. She's gonna be a witness? But that seems odd. Why would she testify against her own fiancé? You have to wonder what Gavin's up to. Something's going down today. That much is clear. Well, not to worry. I've got my panties back. If we can't find a killer, I'll pull one out of here. Stop. 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 Make sure you look at body language. Yep. Court is now in session for the trial of Walkie-Kitaki. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Prosecution is warmed up, and it's sold-out house. Very well. To recap, while yesterday's witness seemed more guilty than any other party... Guilty of panty snatching? We did find out one thing for certain. There were 3 people in the park at the time of the murder. The witness, the victim, and the defendant. Correct, Herr Judge. And today I'd like to do something a little new age. I'd like to look at the horrible crime from the outside. The outside? The acquisition of the murder weapon, the preparation for the act. Our poor defendant told all, you see. To his betrothed. Betrothed? His fiancée, Herr Judge. His partner for life. With no chance for parole. Oof. Making marriage jokes already. Very well. You may show the lucky lady to the stand. Your name and occupation, Fräulein. Elia Tialia. Tiala. Tiala. Oh my god, it's Tiala. My occupation is future wife. Ah, traditional values. I respect that. Stares at the judge. Fuck you, boomer. Too many brides these days can't even weave baskets blindfolded underwater. Yet you're here today as a witness for the prosecution. To be honest, I didn't want to testify at first. But I couldn't hide the truth. Honestly, another admirable trait. Fräulein, is it true that on the day of the crime, the defendant Walkie-Kitaki confessed his plans? His plans for murder? Yes. The witness will please give her testimony to the court. Okay, so even if, like, we do get Walkie-Kitaki off of, like, actually murdering the guy, it was conspiracy to commit. It was the day that the family health checkup results came back. When Walkie found out that Dr. Merkitz had lied, he flew into a rage. I'll teach him, he said. He took one of the family's pistols. And you already know what happened that night. I just don't see how anyone but Walkie could have done it.
So the pistol did belong to the Kitaki family, then?
Yes, with regards to an investigation is underway at the Kitaki Mansion on charges of possession of illegal firearms.
And the bullet that took the victim's life, was it?
Fired from the pistol the defendant procured. Yes, this has been proven. How can you prove something like that? Bullets carry marks from the barrel that fired them, called rifling marks. Rifling marks? You think of them as being a gun's fingerprint, left on every bullet it fires. You actually learned this back in the first game. And when did you first hear of Walkie's plan? It was the day of the murder. I should have stopped him. I just didn't think you would actually do it.
The defense may begin the cross-examination.
You got it, Judgy. Okay, so apparently this will light up if there is something I need to look at. It was the day of the family health checkup. Results came back. When Walkie found out that Dr. Merkitz had lied, he flew into a rage. I'll teach him, he said. He took one of the family pistols, and you already know what happened that night. Little too vague. What happened? Meaning the murder. I tried to stop him, I really did. But Walkie wouldn't listen. Our defendant was nothing if not determined, it seems.
The last thing you should do is blame yourself, miss.
I just don't see anyone but Walkie could have done it.
How can you say that for certain? How?
Objection! Hair Forehead, you will refrain from badgering the Fräulein. It was the defendant, Walkie, was it, who took the pistol from his home? We know this for a fact now.
I suppose we do.
So how could anyone else have used this pistol to shoot the victim? They could not. Simple logic, yeah?
That does seem to be the case. Does the defense have anything regarding this point?
Could someone else have used that pistol? There was another. Based on your testimony, there was clearly another. Because remember... Oh my god. Hold on. My brain is doing a big. My brain is doing a big. Okay. We know, in the park, the guy was by the trash can. So that means Walkie would have had to look left. But the victim had to look right. Hey, chat, I have a question for you. Question. There is no way for a shooter to be able to hit someone in the right temple from any other angle than inside the noodle cart. So that means the murderer must have been in here. The noodle cart. Because think about it. Anywhere else in this fucking park. Fuck, I don't have the fucking image. Fuck. I don't have the fucking image. But, like, anywhere else in that park, there was a tree line, there was a garbage bin, and it was in his right temple. Nowhere else could anyone have gotten a clear shot unless it was from inside the cart. I'm telling you this now. This is my prediction. This is my guess. Because this has not been removed. I don't know how everything else fits in, though. And of course, since the killer was inside the cart, no one could have seen it. No one could have seen them. So, yeah, it would look like there's only 3. One other person had access to that pistol. What's this?
Interesting. Let's ask the defense then. Tell the court who this other person was.
Her. Well, of course. I mean, you, Miss Tiela. Me? But why? You were quite clear when you told the court you heard about the pistol from the defendant on the day of the murder. In other words, you knew what he was planning. Let me get this straight. You intend to tell us that this lady stole the pistol from her fiancé and killed a man in cold blood on his behalf. I've heard of people doing strange things for love, but this?
It does seem a bit unfathomable, to be sure. You're all up for romance. I'm all for romance and for supporting your partner in life, to be sure. But I think I would hesitate at murder.
I'd hope you do more than hesitate. But what if a different connection could be proven? A connection between the witness and the victim. We might find that she had a personal motive behind wanting to help her fiancé. That would put things in a slightly different light. What possible connection are you suggesting here? You know what? I'm starting to think that the police never looked inside that safe. I have evidence showing a connection between the witness, Miss Tialia, and the victim. Her name is on the document.
That looks like a medical chart.
Found inside a safe at the Merkitz Clinic. And I'd like to draw the court's attention to the names written on the chart.
What? Miss Tiela, whatever. Why is your name on this chart?
Well, care to explain the meaning of this, Miss Tiela? I'm not sure what you mean by meaning, Mr. Justice. Our warm little fiancé just froze over. I was on staff at that clinic until half a year ago. It was boring, so I quit. That's all. Is there a problem with that?
Miss Tiela, you testified that you had no connection to the victim.
And I don't now. Now? I quit half a year ago, didn't I? So there's no connection. Let me guess, you're the kind of guy who can't rest until he knows every last detail of his girlfriend's past. Am I right?
That's not true at all. Why, I embrace the ones I love.
Objection! There's no connection now? Doesn't fly in a court of law. Doesn't fly? She's one tough nut. She probably feels right at home with the Katakis. You left your job at the Merkitz Clinic, true, but you remain connected somehow.
Very well, Mr. Justice. Show us the evidence that proves the witness is still connected to the Merkitz Clinic.
Fuck, what connects her? What connects her, chat? What connects her? Fuck! Is it the slip? I genuinely do not remember. I don't know, I just got here. Son of a bitch, what is the fucking... It's the fucking sandals. These sandals were found in the Merkitz Clinic lobby. They're yours, aren't they? Well, who knows? I'm sure there are lots of people with those sandals. So sorry, Fräulein, but your act isn't working. Your moment of hesitation just now cost you. What's with you? I thought you were on my side. Perhaps you were unaware that toes leave toe prints. A simple analysis of these sandals will reveal all. Well, now we see your true colors. I was wrong to cooperate with you from the beginning. I just wanted you to help get Walkie back on the straight and narrow. Bitch! Think, McFly, think!
This court thinks you need to worry less about Walkie and more about yourself. It sounds as though we need to hear a bit more about your story.
Your sandals were found at the entrance to the clinic, which means you went there on the day of the murder. Well, there's little point denying it.
Very well, the witness will tell us about this visit. Why did you go to the Merkit's clinic that day?
I did go to the clinic that day, my first time in half a year since I quit in January. I went to warn him. After all, I knew Walkie had the pistol. Wait, when did she quit? No, we don't have records of her quitting. We don't have that record. The doctor always was a timid man, too timid to admit his own mistakes. Why else would I have gone? I'm not hiding any dark secrets. I wanted to tell him to be careful, as an old friend.
By mistake, you mean the mistake we heard about from the defendant, the botched operation.
He was timid, small man, but I never wished him harm. I just thought I should let him know, you know?
That does make sense.
Yes, but there is still one thing which does not.
What's that, Prosecutor Gavin?
The sandals left in the lobby, of course. We can assume she wore these sandals to the clinic, yeah? Then why did she not wear them home? If it were me, I would have worn them home.
I would have worn those sandals home, too.
So why were the sandals left behind? Ah, he pointed out the contradiction before me. There's probably a good explanation for this, right, Miss Tiela? Say, for instance, there happened to be a similar pair of sandals for which you were home by mistake. Actually, that's right. I'm impressed, Mr. Gavin. Oh, it's nothing. There's, after all, no other possible explanation, John Forehead. What the? No fair! He's filling the holes in her testimony.
The defense may begin the cross-examination.
Nope, not activating. Too timid to admit his own mistakes. I'm not hiding any dark secrets. No. No, no, no. No, hold the fuck on, you. Pushing X for doubt on this. No dark secrets, eh? What? Look at me however you want, Mr. Justice. You won't find a thing. She's hiding something. I know it.
I didn't mean to hit press.
I went to that clinic with only one thought in mind. No, hold on. You go back. You do have a dark secret, you bitch. You conspirator. Because if Walkie found this, you would have been in hot shit. Because you knew. This chart was found inside a safe in the doctor's office. Yeah? Why would this one chart be in that safe? Miss Tila, you know why it was, don't you?
Mind filling me in?
Dr. Merkitz didn't have the leisure of making mistakes. That's why he wrote up a false report and kept the truth locked away. Bad, Doctor. And this is where you come in, Miss Tila. Hey! The nurse who filled this chart was you, which means you knew about Walkie's failed operation.
Interesting.
You were in the same position as Dr. Merkitz. Kind of makes it hard to claim no connection, doesn't it? You're bold for a novice, I'll give you that. Mr. Justice, you must know I was only a nurse. The doctor is responsible for the chart's contents.
This chart business seems to be quite important. Please amend your testimony accordingly.
Too bad, little attorney. Where? Where? What did she do? What is it? Where? bracelet's reacting again. What is it, Apollo? I felt my bracelet tighten just now. Your bracelet? Just like yesterday. Like you said. When a witness is unsure of something, their nervous habit gives them away. But I can't see anything, Apollo. Then what's my bracelet reacting to? Wait, maybe... Yes, that has to be it. What has to be it? Your senses, Apollo. They must be sharper than mine. Huh? I can't see it, but you can sense it. I don't know about that, Trucy. I don't have some kind of special power or anything. Listen to me, Apollo. There's a weak point somewhere in Miss Tiela's testimony, but we don't know what her nervous habit is. Well, then what do we do? You have to perceive it yourself, Apollo, with your eyes and your senses.
Alrighty, that's gonna be a little bit difficult, but we can do it. Hey, thanks for the sub. Check damn hands.
I don't know why, but the bracelet helps. Somehow touching it helps me focus.
Like touching a butt that you really need to touch.
Okay, let's perceive.
She's playing with the ring! She's playing with the ring! She's playing with the ring!
Gotcha! It's a nervous habit to play with your ring! Oh, it's so clever! Oh, it's so clever! Yeah, she put them together so she could fiddle with her ring. That is so clever. Miss Tiela, you're unsure about something, aren't you? Not as unsure as you are. Well, she sure showed you. I've got to focus and find her habit. Find that. I'll find the weak spot in her testimony.
What? No, it wasn't the ring?
Oh, I was right. Okay. I had to present this now. Objection! What? Oh my god. Okay, apparently we can do this as many times as we want, so apparently I need to... There we go. I had to catch her doing it. I had to catch her doing it. Why go to the clinic for half a year-old chart now, you ask? But you know why you would go now, don't you? I don't know what you're talking about. It was quite clear, Miss Tiela. You have a nervous habit. The moment you said the word now. You used your right thumb to fiddle with your ring. What? She was unsure. I saw it. Now, that's the key word. The chart wasn't a part of your past. It was a clear and present threat. That's ridiculous. Why, if that were the case, I would have had 6 months to do something about it. Indeed. Which means something happened quite recently. Something to make that chart a problem for you now. I've got her on the ropes. Now I can feel it. Time to strike the killing blow with evidence. Miss Tiela, there's no use trying to hide it. The chart became a threat to you now because of this. His checkup report. His checkup report. A health checkup report belonging to the defendant. The Katakis are trying to get out of the business. The health checkup this month was their first ever. What did you think when you heard about this? Nothing. Why should I think anything? Oh, I would think you were positively beside yourself. Because you were afraid. You knew that Walkie's chest x-ray would reveal. A full half year had passed since the operation. You thought you were home free when the chart came back to haunt you. Eek! Damn, girl! My fucking Sharingan's got you dead to fucking rights. That's all, Your Honor.
What just happened? Did the witnesses admit to lying?
I sensed it. There was a great aura emanating from her forehead. Very cool. So the lady was lying, it seems. That's correct. She said she had no connection to the Merkit's clinic, but her connection was deep indeed. A bit too deep. If the Katakis got a hold of this chart with her name, she'd be finished. Isn't that right, Miss Tiela? You guessed it.
Order! Order!
I did it! I broke her testimony. Amazing, Apollo! I didn't see it at all. Daddy was right about you. Wait!
Miss Tiela?
It's true that chart was bad news for me. That's why I went to meet the doctor that day. But that's all. I told him about Walkie and went home. It appears this cross-examination is far from over.
What?
She hid the truth from us, this is clear, yet it is not clear that this truth was anything to do with the case at hand.
Very well. The witness will add this to her testimony, and we'll have a bit more cross-examination.
That was so close! You're still close. Keep on her, Apollo. Nothing happened at all. I warned him and left. Why would you just leave? How'd the Merkits respond to the warning? Oh, he was quite surprised. Panicky, even. Who wouldn't be scared to learn a Kitaki was after him?
Incidentally, this court is not afraid of any mobsters. Why, we had a little life-threatening situation just yesterday right here in this courtroom.
Yeah, real impressive the way you stood up to the attack of the amazing Mr. Hat, sir. After which I carried you back to your chambers. Sounds like the judge had quite a fright. Nothing happened in the Merkit's office that day, huh? But what about the mess we found? Something definitely happened in that office, Apollo. I know. But we can't prove when it happened. Not that Aaliyah Tiela is in any way involved. Well, let's try putting some evidence up anyway. There's no way she went to that clinic just to warn him. Do you know why she went, Apollo? Trying to figure out what really happened at that clinic and fast. Wait, hold on. My brain. Okay, so when we went to the Merkit's clinic, we opened the safe. And inside we found not only a report, but the bullet. We found a bullet in the safe. Which means something did happen. Because that bullet was there. And the gun was fired twice. Oh my god. Oh my god, she brought the gun. She brought the gun. Which means she shot this bullet at him. Objection! Hold the fuck up, bitch! You say nothing happened in this doctor's office. I disagree. Take a look at this. What's that? It looks like a squished up ball of clay. Kind of like you, actually.
Rude.
This bullet was found in the Merkitz Clinic's office. Something did happen in that office, Miss Tiella. Enough of the joking around. The police investigated that case. Ah, but this was stuck inside the doctor's safe.
Inside the safe?
I guess the police didn't check that far. But there is a problem. How can you say that bullet was fired on that day? Weren't you the one who explained rifle markings to us? The pistol was taken from the Kitaki mansion that day. If the marks on this bullet match the murder weapon, then that proves a firearm was discharged in that office on the day of the murder. Not bad, yeah, forehead. Talia trying to use vicious mockery, but Apollo passed the save. Ha! Objection! War! What is it good for?
Bailiff, have this bullet analyzed immediately.
Yes, allow us to just, like, instantly scan this and go beep, beep, beep. 30 minutes later, a report arrives. The rifle markings on both bullets are identical. Oh, snap!
Well, seems as though the bullet in the safe was fired from the murder weapon. Perhaps the defense would like to state their position.
The bullet in that safe proves one fact. A pistol was fired in that office on that day. And at the time of the firing, the safe was open. You'd also be able to find gunpowder, too. Because it leaves trace amounts of gunpowder, right? And at the time of the firing, the safe was open. The safe, which contained the top secret chart.
Do you think someone was threatening Dr. Merkitz in order to open the safe?
Only one person was in a position to do such a thing. Our witness, Alita Tiala.
Order! 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 Mr. Justice, where are you going with this? Are you accusing the witness?
Alita Tiala knew about Wakigataki's botched operation. She got engaged to him without telling him about it. As long as that bullet remained in his chest, his days were numbered. What if she married him and then the bullet finally reached its destination?
What?
That reminds me. Apparently the Kitakis have been asserting themselves in lawful business practices. They're making quite a great deal of money. A fortune, if you will.
Nefarious. So she planned to marry him just to get her hands on his fortune.
Waki! 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 I am asking you, I am begging you, you dumb Joey Wheeler impersonator. Back in your chair, or I'll hang you from it. God damn it! You keep trash talking about my Alita, and I'll sue you, lawyer man. Me? Yeah, you said you'd abuse my Alita. I think you mean accuse. Same difference. Well, you can't have her. She's mine. It was me. I shot that doctor. Me. He left me to die, so I left him to die too. There in that park. Waki, just cool down a second. You keep your hands off my Alita or I'll...
Miss Tiella?
I'm sorry, it's been so long since I've laughed so hard. Something funny? Waki, wake up and smell reality. Alita, baby. The signature on the chart, the engagement, I mean, come on, it's so obvious. Even for a brainless, spoiled brat such as yourself. Alita, your honesty is like a breath of foul air, Fräulein. Hey, I wasn't getting out of this clean, anyway. So the family fortune is what you're really after. That's right, I want the money. No way, that's whack. I ain't trying to hear that. Should have done the wedding earlier. Oh well. By the way, can I ask you a question?
Who, me?
I believe you said you were going to abuse me. Accuse. Of what crime, might I ask? Oh, I'm a bad girl. Sure, I got close to that brat because I wanted his money. But he was the one with the pistol. He could have fired it into the safe after I already left the clinic. What? I would never do such a thing like that. It was definitely that silly brat. Wait, but... What are you talking about? Trucy? You had the most to lose if the chart was found. But I didn't have a pistol. Now did I? Well, you could have taken Lockie's. You think he'd have mentioned that now? All I've ever heard him say was, it was me, I shot him. That's only because he's trying to protect you. Sorry to intrude in this lovely conversation. But the two of you are forgetting one critical point. What point? Certainly the Fräulein wanted that chart. You assume she threatened the doctor into opening that safe, but then, wouldn't she have taken the chart? Oh. You see, that chart wouldn't have been left in that safe. He's right. No, Gavin's right. She would have taken the chart, so why didn't she? Yes.
It is clear to this court that you are not a very good fiancé.
Oh, I'm flattered.
Perhaps it's time you told the truth. Tell us about yourself, including your actions and whereabouts on that day.
Don't forget, we've proven that you were at the Merkit's clinic on the day of the crime. He's trying to sabotage this and steal your thunder. I mean, he is a rock star. He does like the limelight. Yeah, I went to the clinic that day to speak to the doctor. I wanted that chart, but I failed to get it, so I went back to the clinic later. In any case, I didn't shoot him. You don't even have proof that I stole the pistol, do you? And that brat was spotted in the park at the moment of the crime. Frankly, I don't think it matters if Dr. Merkitz was shot in the temple or not.
You went back later.
That chart was dangerous, you understand. I needed to get rid of it. That's why I went that day. But you couldn't get the chart then, could you? And later that night, Dr. Merkitz was shot. I heard about the shooting, waited a day, but then I had to go back. No easy feat with the cops all over the place. Ah, that was you? Apollo, that sound, it came from behind this door. Someone's in there. Bitch straight up fucking, like, action climb through the window. So you were the burglar. That was you two? If only I had one more minute. Then I could have opened the safe and gotten the chart.
What? That's trespassing, and brazen at that!
Oh, this is a trial for trespassing now. Besides, you can't blame a girl for wanting to protect herself. They are gangsters, you know.
In any case, Mr. Justice, your cross-examination.
Admitting the little crime to avoid the big one, eh? I need to speak to the doctor. I wanted that chart, but I failed to get it, so I went back to the clinic later. In any case, I didn't shoot him. You don't have proof I stole that pistol, do you? No, we do not. And that brat was spotted in the park at the moment of the crime. Frankly, I don't think it matters if Dr. Merkitz was shot in the temple or not. Why would you bring that up? The doctor was shot in the right temple, yeah? So it seems. Let's review the facts again, shall we? Okay, yeah. Like, this is what I mean. There is no way in this thing for any... Oh my god. Am I piecing this together before the fucking game does? Okay, hear me out. Chat, hear me out. Hear me out, chat. Hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out, chat. Hear me out, chat. Hear me out, chat. Hear me out, chat. Okay. Fuck. What fell? What fell? Son of a bitch, something fell. Ah, fuck. Ah, fuck. Oh, I'm glad. Thank you. But okay. Okay. So, we know she went to the clinic. We know that she must have brought a gun and fired it because there was a bullet inside the safe. However, there was a bullet inside the safe. That means it didn't hit him, which means he had time to fight back, which means that she got knocked over. So, which means that she probably got knocked out, which means that he has a body now. He has someone that is a witness and everything else. Oh my god. She was in the thing. She was in the thing. Because he needed a way to move a body. He needed a way to move a body. So, he gets the cart. He puts her inside the cart. And then there's a river here. He was going to dump her in the river. But she still had that gun. Which means that when Kitaki and this guy both looked at the other guy who was over here by the trash can, and he turned his head to the right, she shot him through here. I'm a fucking genius. I'm a fucking mad genius, dude. Holy fucking shit. I'm a mad fucking genius. The bullet would have struck our victim square in the forehead. However, the entry wound was in the right temple. Imagine piecing the game together before the game tells you. Like, it makes all the perfect sense. It makes the most perfect sense. Because why the fuck would that guy go grab a goddamn cart?
Yes, we heard the testimony on this yesterday. At the time of the shooting, the witness was standing here.
Wrong! Wrong!
Just before the gun was fired, he shouted. The victim turned his head to look and was shot.
Objection!
But that testimony was proven to be a lie. I wouldn't call that a lie, I'd call that a mistake. Well, no, he was lying, actually, because he was stealing panties. Our egregious panty snatcher, Mr. Stickler, did witness the crime, but he was standing to the north, next to the trash can where he was tossed those panties. If Mr. Stickler shouted from this location, the bullet couldn't hit his right temple. Announcer influenced me to buy my first 40k box. Fuck yeah, more people, let's go. Silly, silly attorney. What? Do you remember what you had for breakfast that morning? Do you remember, Jersey? I always have a glass of milk for breakfast. What matters is one thing. The doctor was shot in his right temple. If that's the case, there can only be one explanation. The panty guy was mistaken. But his location was proven. You can't write that off as him being mistaken.
Objection!
Then why don't you show us, Hair Forehead? I'm about to jump over that stand in a second. Down, Zach! Down, boy! Show you what? Must I explain everything? Very well, let's recap. If the witness panty guys was standing to the north, then where was the shooter standing? From what location did the killer shoot the victim?
But wait, if the witness was standing there, how could anyone shoot the victim in the right temple?
She was inside the cart! I nearly laid out the facts for us. It is up to the possessing the shiny forehead to show us. If you can, that is. Walkie-talkie standing at the killer mark. Wesley Stickler at the witness mark. And of course, Pal Merkins was the victim mark. I really need to send those boxes I primed. I am working on that snake girl right now. It is coming out beautifully. I'm taking my time with it, but she is coming out beautifully.
Let's hear what the defense has to say. Where was the killer standing when the
at someplace else? As the facts stand now, we can't explain this crime without contradicting ourselves at some point. But I know why. The real killer shot from an entirely different location. What are you talking about? I don't see any other place.
Apparently, Mr. Justice does. Let's hear it. Where in the park did the killer shoot the victim from?
It's time to raise the roof and the stakes. Ah, penalties are such frightening things, don't you think? But what if they were a bit more terrifying? Ah! Brandon! Why did you do that? Why is it a 2? No.
Double penalty?
Herr Forehead wishes to take us in a new direction. Then he must be ready for challenges ahead. Challenge accepted. It's justice time. Are you sure, Apollo? The key is the witness, Miss Stickler's testimony. If we believe that, and we know where he stood, and the victim turned when he shouted, there's only one place the killer could have been. The killer shot the victim from here. I believe we all owe a debt of gratitude to Miss Alita Tiala. What do you mean? Thanks to you, we had a chance to review the crime. And this time, we were prepared. We know that Wesley Stickler was telling the truth. We should have listened to him from the beginning. Wesley Stickler was standing next to the trash can when he saw the two men. He shouted just as he told us in this testimony. And the victim turned to look in his direction. A shot was fired. The victim was hit in the right temple.
Oh no.
Oh yes! Which direction was his right temple facing at that moment? That's right, towards the noodle stand. I'm so fucking smart.
Order? So you're saying the killer was inside the noodle stand?
Let's think about this in a bit more, shall we? You say the killer was inside the noodle stand, which would mean the victim, Dr. Merkitz, came to the park, wheeling his own murderer in the car behind him. This is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. I think you'd notice if you were pulling someone along. There's something we should worry about before that. Why was he pulling the noodle stand in the first place? Let's deal with our problems one at a time, shall we? Someone was hiding in the stand. We have not come this far to talk about possibilities. Let's talk about proof, baby. Show us evidence that proves someone was in that stand. Can I prove that? You want evidence that someone was in that stand? Well, I've got it. Got it right here.
Intriguing. Let's see what you've got. Show us the proof that someone was hiding in the noodle stand.
It had to be the slippers. She had the slippers. Because, like, it's very clear that someone had to step out in them. Because of that. The Merkitz Clinic. And they're covered with paint. These slippers were found in a trash can near the crime scene. And a single slipper print was found at the scene. Right next to the noodle stand. Oh, and Miss Tiala, your toe print was found in that left slipper. In other words, this is proof you were inside that noodle stand. Eek!
Objection!
Yet there was only one slipper marked at the scene. Can this be called a footprint in good faith? Observe the diagram. A park pathway runs right next to the slipper mark. A slipper wouldn't leave a trace on a cobblestone path. Yet you still cannot say this is a footprint, yeah? Why not? You have an impression left by a single slipper. What if it was on the stand and simply fell to the ground? That's just dumb. One more thing. A noodle stand is typically cluttered with tools of the noodle-making trade. There's no room for a person to ride it.
You have a point. Could someone have hidden in the stand?
Apollo, I think I might be onto something. I think I figured out one of our pieces of evidence. In order to make room in the stand, some things would have to be removed. Remember, we saw a pile of bowls just left all over the place.
Well, Mr. Justice, do you have proof that someone could have hidden in the stand?
I can prove one thing. Someone did scheme to clear space in that stand. Yeah, it's the bowl. Because, like, he had to make room. This is a noodle bowl from the stolen Eldoon's Noodles noodle stand.
Yes, and what about it?
We discovered a large quantity of these bowls yesterday. In the lobby of the Merrick's clinic.
A large quantity of noodle bowls in the victim's clinic.
Mr. Eldoon was very clear about those bowls.
Well, I don't care who did it. Without that stand, I'm finished.
All my noodle bowls were in there too. Yet the bowls were removed. That night, there was space inside that noodle stand. Space created at the Merrick's clinic, no less. Right around the time that you were there, Miss Alita Tiala. I won't listen to any more of these wild fantasies. No, not fantasies. They're worse lies than that spoiled brat's pickup lines. Speaking of pickup lines, I actually have one. I have a really bad one, actually. Feel free to never use this, but tell your friends. Hey, baby, you a bin full of trash? Because I'd come collect you. It's bad. It's bad, I know.
I would like to remind the witness of her current status. This court does not consider you entirely innocent.
Show me an innocent. I'll show you a fairy tale.
In any case, the defense has somehow made its point. The witness had both a motive and an opportunity to kill Dr. Merkitz.
More fairy tales. This whole trial is a fairy tale.
Then please pull us back down to reality, Miss Tiala. I'm giving you one last chance to explain yourself.
This is it. Why was Dr. Merkitz pulling that stand that night? And what was Alita Tialia doing inside it? Time to get to the bottom of this case. Oh boy, chat. Oh boy. Here we fucking go. That night, I went to ask Dr. Merkitz for the chart. I had no intention of ever letting that chart fall into the Kitaki family's hands. But Dr. Merkitz didn't understand. For some reason, he thought the Kitakis had sent me. So he gave up and went home. All I did was talk to him. You knew about the botched operation, so you tried to get rid of the chart to save yourself. I won't make excuses. And I did warn the good doctor. I gave him a chance. I told him that brat got his health checkup report and that he was coming to settle the score.
I see. Very well, Mr. Justice, begin your cross-examination.
Yes, Your Honor. This is the last testimony. Either I perceive the truth or it's over. Yo, what? Okay, so she's fiddling with the ring. This is new. I can perceive on this one. Oh, girl. Oh, girl, you've fallen fucking apart. You've fallen fucking apart. I gotta press at the right time. I gotta perceive at the right time.
Gotcha!
She played with her scarf! I do the same thing. I fiddle with I fiddle with like smooth things and like try to make him into like a corner edge. Cause like I like the sensation of that. It's a nervous tick of mine. All I did was talk and lie. What? Show me the proof. I'm pretty sure about this one. I think I'm getting the hang of this. A little slip in confidence and they give it all away. The proof is you, Miss Tiala. All I did was talk to him, you claim. Yet you can't hide your own nervous twitch when you say those words. My twitch? What are you talking about? You have a habit of scratching the area of your neck around the edge of your scarf. What? This is working better than I hoped. Her unconscious actions tell the truth she won't say. Habits and lies, 2 dots. Connect the dots and find the truth. Don't look at me like that! I told you the truth! It seems that when you recall what really happened in that office, you can't keep your hands off your neck, can you? It seems that nervous habit are unconscious reactions that manifest when someone's trying to hide something. You can't hide behind your scarf, Miss Tiala. Something happened between you and the victim in the Merrick's Clinic office. And I've got the proof that shows exactly what happened. Uh-oh. Why are you here again? Hold on. Enhance. Enhance. Chat. Oh, that's the wrong way. It appears that our lovely witness had eaten thy shit. No. It's the red spot right here. Well, yeah, of course the bulb is broken, but look at this. There's lipstick on this. Oh, baby. Oh, baby, I think we got her. What's that? You're touching your scarf again. There's something unusual about this lamp. The bulb is broken, and there's a red splotch on the cord. Seeing how you hide your neck, I think I could come up with a plausible explanation for the lamp's state. Well, spit it out! This talking in circles nonsense is killing me! Very well. The answer is very simple, Mrs. Alita. Please remove your scarf. This is a trial to determine what happened in that park, yet we seem to have drifted off target. We'll find out soon enough if we're drifting, as soon as the witness removes her scarf. I won't do it. This is insane. I'm an unrelated third party. You can't order me to remove my clothing.
Miss Tiala, I'm afraid you've forgotten what's already been proven.
What?
You're hardly unrelated. Please remove your scarf.
No. I knew it. So I was right, wasn't I, Miss Alita Tiala? He choked her! He choked her! Your neck. That isn't...
Your neck? That isn't what I was thinking it is.
Something did happen that night at the Merrick's Clinic. You needed to get that chart back no matter what it took, even if you had to steal your fiancé's pistol to do it.
But wait, looking at this lamp in the witness's neck, it looks like the very opposite happened.
Exactly. the victim in the clinic that night was this witness specifically. You tried to threaten Dr. Merkitz, and he attacked you. That's what happened that night at the Merkitz clinic. Oh, that's where the feathers are coming from. They're coming from a fucking thing.
Order! 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 Will someone please tell me what really happened here?
I told you the truth already. I went to the clinic that night to warn Dr. Merkitz. Oh, damn, that fucking smile. That gangster knows everything. He's coming for you. Looks like my clinic's seen its last patient. We have to get rid of that chart. Quick, open your safe, give it to me. So you can save your own skin. What? I know what you're up to. You want in with the family, and if they see that chart, you're finished. Leaving me holding the short straw. But if I'm going down, I want some company. You. And what happened next? He jumped at me and knocked me to the floor. Then he took that cord. Pal Merkitz was serious, deadly serious. He really tried to strangle me. I must have blacked out.
So, you were the victim.
And the red splotch on the cord was your lipstick. I didn't want to remember that night. That's why I didn't bring it up. There, are you happy now? I was out cold, almost killed. And you claim I then snuck into that noodle stand? But how could I? You didn't, but the other jackass did.
Well, one thing is clear. We now know that what really happened at the Merkitz clinic. It would seem that our victim was not entirely without blame himself.
I'm sorry. I got so nervous just thinking of it. It's hard to breathe. I've told you everything. Can I go home now?
You bear some responsibility for the events of that day, true. Yet if you were also a victim, this court would owe you some sympathy. Well, Mr. Justice, I believe this clears up the remaining questions for Mrs. Tiala.
When did this happen? Suddenly everyone's sympathizing with her. I don't know what to think anymore, Apollo. I mean, is that it? Do we know everything we need to know about Miss Tiala? Why was he on the court?
Objection!
Not so fast. This party's just getting started. Now we rock! What? Those spikes on your head are softer than they look. Or do you not have the stomach to go all the way?
Prosecutor Gavin.
Pal Merkitz choked Alita Tiala. She fell unconscious. But what happened next? He's right! There is more we don't know. But she was choked hard enough to leave that mark. She would have been out for a while. Even still, what if it was her? What if it was her in that noodle stand? Alita Tiala, half dead, Dr. Merkitz pulling that stand, and a bullet fired from inside the noodle stand. What if it's all true? We might have already figured out what truly happened that night. I figured it out! Why can't the rest of you catch up? Why is Dante from Devil May Cry series a defense attorney? Well, I mean, they're both made by Capcom. Miss Alita Tiala, as you can see, we're not through with you just yet. You really want to blame me for this murder, don't you? You too, Prosecutor Gavin? Me, Fraulein. I only wish to know the truth. Well, let's go back over what we learned up until now. On the day of the murder, Walkie saw his checkup report, from which he learned about the bullet still inside him. So he took a pistol from the family stash, with the intent to give Dr. Merkitz some of his own medicine. And Miss Teela heard about this from Waki, so she went to the Merkitz clinic ahead of him, in order to get rid of the chart with her signature. But then something happened. Sounds like you figured it all out. But remember, I was the victim. I was out cold. But what about Dr. Merkitz? That does seem to be the problem. He just had strangled Alita Tialia. Perhaps he thought to death. What did he do after his crime? I was just knocked out, not dead, from the state of his clinic and the scene in the park. I think it's clear what the good doctor did next. Well, Hair Forehead, care to guess?
Well, Mr. Justice, what did Merkitz do?
Maybe he did think he killed Alita. Do we have evidence to show what he did next?
He went and got the fucking stand.
As his next move, Dr. Merkitz stole Guy Eldoon's noodle stand. What? Killing me disturbed him that much? So much he randomly stole a noodle stand? It wasn't so random. Remember all the bowls in the clinic's foyer? Bowls that belonged inside that stand? I think it's pretty obvious, don't you? That stand was at the clinic. However, the question is, why did he remove the bowls? Maybe because the stand was heavy? Or he wanted to put something in the stand in their place.
Ah, wait, you don't mean...
I do. Dr. Merkitz did replace those bowls with something. Your corpse, Miss Tiala! My corpse? Dr. Merkitz panicked. He thought he killed you. His next move would be to dispose of the body. That's crazy talk. You're all crazy. Then let's think about it. Logically. The doctor had a place to dispose of you in mind. But on his way there, who should he run into but the defendant, Waki Kataki? I question your logic.
What's this, Prosecutor Gavin?
The park is a dead end. Why would he head in that direction to begin with? That's right, he had no reason to go there. Oh, now I get it. It was a trick. That spoiled brat made him do it. He made the doctor steal the stand. Tell me, why would someone go to a dead end? Unless the park was his destination. What?
Apparently, the defense has an idea. Tell us where Dr. Merkitz was heading to the stand. Here, please show us on this diagram to where exactly was the victim dragging that stand.
To the river.
There, that's a river.
Yes, Your Honor. I scarcely need to explain why. A perfect place to dispose of a body. He was gonna throw me into that river? He didn't have many other options, Fraulein. I believe this clears up all the remaining questions. The victim pulling the stand and the defendant before him. And inside the stand, you, Miss Alita Tiala. And then, the denouement. Wesley Stickler of the panty-snatching fame walks up. Seeing the two men, he shouts, in that instant, so I shot him? You were the only one who could have stolen Waki's pistol. It had to be you. Yeah, because Waki didn't have the pistol. He had his knife.
Well, Mrs. Tiala.
Nice work. You mean I'm right? I mean, you've done a fine job dreaming up a story to get that spoiled brat off the hook. You're the one who's dreaming. Apollo's backed up everything he said with facts. If you're so sure he's making it up, give us another reason. Why was Dr. Merkitz pulling that stand through the park? Who knows? But there's one gaping hole in your logic. I think Mr. Gavin knows whereof I speak. Whereof what? Can't believe she's still trying to deny this.
Is this true, Prosecutor Gavin?
Must I always be the one to point out Air Forehead's errors? Maybe there really is something. I believe the Fräulein speaks of Air Doctor's car.
His car?
That's right, the Merkitz Clinic has that big garage.
In which had a green sports car, was it?
Why would he steal the stand in the first place? If he wanted to carry a body, he would have used his car. Ah! And so we find our victim without probable cause to steal that stand. And our defense without a case. I have an idea! You know that green car? I bet it wouldn't run. It was broken. Ah, what an excellent counter-argument, Fräulein. Too bad you're quite wrong. Don't tell me you forgot what happened to your daddy. Daddy? That's right. That night, the car that hit Mr. Wright was that green sports car.
Oh yes, I'd nearly forgotten about that.
Afterwards, he drove it back to that garage. It ran fine. That's right. So why didn't he use his beloved sports car, A glaring contradiction, to be sure. More glaring than your forehead. Oh, no! Wait. But the car couldn't have ran. The car couldn't have ran. Because that's where we found Trucy's panties. Ah, oh, fuck, it always comes back to the panties, doesn't it? It always fucking comes back to them.
Well, Mr. Justice, why didn't Merkitz use his car to carry the body?
Is that a groan of surrender, I hear? Some advice. Now's a good time to review all you know. Everything you've learned over the last 2 days. Everything I've learned.
Mr. Justice, this contradicts cast doubt on your entire case. This is truly your last chance. The defense will explain to us what happened that night.
The car didn't run! It couldn't have ran! We found the panties in the exhaust port! Because the guy was chased by fucking Trucy before everything went down, and he slapped those panties in the exhaust port. I have an idea. It's all coming together. That night, Dr. Merkitz couldn't use his car. Ha! Now you're making even less sense than usual. Not according to my information, Miss Tiala. Put one and one together, and the explanation is simple.
If it's so simple, perhaps you could show some evidence. Show us proof why the car wouldn't run that night.
The fucking panties. Because they were found in an exhaust pipe.
Let's see now. Panties again!
It always comes back to women's underwear, lads. All sorts of things come out of my panties. Even the truth. Another crime was committed the night of the murder. The theft of these panties, the latest in a string of similar thefts, actually. But that night, the snatcher was caught in the act. A brave young girl chased the thief until he hid. In the Merkitz Clinic garage. What? The snatcher hid the panties there before running. Perhaps someone in his court remembers where he hid them.
Why, weren't they found in the car's exhaust pipe?
Exactly. By the way, I learned something yesterday. A very important piece of information. And I learned it from you, Prosecutor Gavin. So you were here investigating? I was on my way home when my hog gave up the ghost. Your hog? My motorcycle won't start. A clogged exhaust pipe. Too bad. It looks like such a nice bike, too. Hard to believe that I could break just from that. Cars, motorbikes, they're all the same. Clog the exhaust and they won't run. My, how interesting. While Miss Tiala and the doctor were struggling, the panty snatcher snuck into the Merkitz garage. From that time until the time we found these, that car wouldn't start. What? That's why Dr. Merkitz had to use the noodle stand. It was the next closest thing he could think of. Well, Miss Tiala, this wraps your doubts up quite nicely, I think. So it does. Where am I? So dark, can't see. Cramps. Pain, my throat's burning. What's your problem? You, Doc! I know what you did! Wacky? You lied to me, so you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna give you a taste of your own medicine, man! Wait, let me explain! Fine, I'll give you your last request. Listen, you're being tricked, but not how you think. It's not just me. No, he'll ruin everything. I have to stop him.
Cease at once, you two!
This trial's convoluted as fuck. Funny, this isn't the way it was supposed to turn out. Oh well, too bad.
There's still one mystery. How did you manage to disappear from that stand?
In the silence after the shot, I heard the witness running. I believe we heard as much from Wesley Stickler. He wanted to use a public phone to inform the police. Which is when I made my escape. Which is when you left that slipper print. Dr. Merkins didn't bother taking my slippers off. I threw them out after I stepped in that paint, though. That was your mistake. No, my biggest mistake was coming to you for help, Mr. Justice. I believed in you. You and your anything agency. If anyone would get Walkie declared guilty, it was you. Damn, she cold as fuck.
I believe we've reached a conclusion of sorts. Prosecutor Gavin, how is Miss Lita Tialia doing?
She's confessed to everything. We're processing her arrest now. Prosecutor Gavin sure seems calm for someone who just lost. I think he already knew. He figured out that she was a killer a while ago. Some advice. Now's a good time to review all you know. Everything you've learned over the past 2 days. Hey, Nix! He lost, but I didn't exactly win either. Something the matter? Air forehead.
Looks like it's time to announce a verdict.
Oh, I'm so fucking happy! I don't have to deal with this fucking pit stain again. Holy shit.
Court is adjourned.
Great job, Apollo. You did it. Yeah, we did. Somehow. Walkie's off the hook. Free to become the gangster he's always wanted to be. And he is you to... Hey, you dirty man! You're gonna pay for what you did to my Alita Holmes! More to blame, I guess. You give my Alita back! Stupid pointy-headed Donnie with a death wish!
Enough, Walkie.
Ah, Mr. Kitaki! It's high time you open your eyes, Walkie. What do you know, old man? I think it's about time you opened yours! Giving up the life, trying to become some kind of businessman! Don't talk about what you don't understand, Walkie. I'm afraid the guard is going to throw them both out. Get them out in jail, wouldn't that be a happy ending? Hey, maybe we can help them out. You know, why Mr. Kitaki needs to make so much money? Maybe we should tell Walkie. Oh, Walkie, Apollo has something to tell you. I do? You're gonna put me on the spot! What's that? Show him the reason why, Apollo. Why is Mr. Kitaki trying to become a businessman? It's either this one or it's the other one. Let's do this one. Think about it, Walkie. Think about your condition. I talked with your mother, Little Plum, yesterday. It pays, but we need a lot of money right now. Clean money, that is. She doesn't mean... You aren't really... Are you?
I searched the globe and I found one. A doctor who can take that bullet out of you, Walkie. But it's an expensive procedure.
Man, but you got plenty of money already, don't you?
I won't use it. It was the gangster life that did this to you, Walkie. I want to help you, and I want to do it clean.
Oh!
Please understand, Walkie.
Dad? Man, I see how it is, old man. Always you looking out for... Walkie? Listen, good old man. One day, I'm gonna take you out. Then we'll see who's the OG. You try to hide in your business suit. I'll find you. Stupid old geezer. Walkie?
It's as it should be.
Mr. Kataki, I like them more without the puppy dog eyes.
I'm glad to have met you. I'm not so good with words, but I know a professional job when I see one. Thank you.
Me? I don't think...
Someday, I'll bake you one of our latest, the Kentucky lime pie.
He's opening a pie shop?
So long.
And he was gone. Well, let's head back, Apollo, to the Right Anything Agency. Hey, since when did I work at your agency? We make a good team. Don't just stand there. Let's get going. Why not? She did help me out, and there's a few questions that still need answers. Like this power of mine that she showed me, and my bracelet. If anyone can help me figure it out, it's her. Though I can't say I care much for what her father has become. Oh, that's right! We have to go someplace first. Huh? Where? Why, to claim our reward for Mr. Eldoon. Ah, salty noodles, right. He's got a stand back already? Oh, and after that, you can come see my show. With a special appearance by the amazing Mr. Hat. Where are you hiding this thing? Oh, it's special, alright. Please, anything but him. Alright. We are burning through this. Let's rock! There you go, Nix. You can thirst after him all you want now. He's a fucking rock star. He'd be singing. Rock on, everyone! This party's not over yet! Get out your handkerchiefs for our special guest! That's right, baby! The night's just getting started! Thank you for coming to Gaviner's. This ends the first part of tonight's show. There will now be a 20-minute intermission. Oh! July 7th, 8:05 p.m., backstage hallway. This is so cool! Us at Gaviner's concert! Huh. Did you say something? My ears are still ringing. Gaviner's putting in the sick back-end music. Well, I thought Mr. Gavin was really nice. Sending us those tickets at 20% off. They're hard to get a hold of, you know. When you invite people to a concert, it's usually free. Let's head to his dressing room, Apollo. You know, like we're a couple of VIPs. I always dreamed of being a VIP at Gaviner's shows. Trucy, you didn't know who Prosecutor Gavin was before that case. What kind of fan doesn't know the lead vocalist's name? Oh, this guy? Well, he was more like a prince, really. He let us in. Clavier. What a lovely name. He's so dreamy. Yeah, but I'm a girl. I'm supposed to swoon over gods of rock. God awful, maybe. Did she just blame me? Trusy just bled me. I bought all their stuff on the way home from the trial. I got 12 Gaviner's albums and 15 concert videos. That was quite a bit of impulse shopping. I got in advance on my next 15 years worth of allowance. For Mr. Wright, that sounds like a real act of generosity. She gets it! Says Nix. Who would have imagined me here? At a Gaviner's concert watching Prosecutor Gavin rock. To be honest, he was kind of cool, and I'm kind of envious. Not that I ever admit that to Trucy. July 7th, Gaviner's dressing room. Ah, you made it! Mr. Gavin, thanks so much for the tickets. And the invoice you sent along with them. You were incredible up on stage, Mr. Gavin. Nothing like music to brighten the mood after a trial, yeah? And we're almost ready for our next act. I'm looking forward to it myself. Lamoureux's singing, right? The sirens of the ballad? Oh yeah. That flyer said she flew all the way over for the show. That's right. It happened to catch her show well overseas. Her voice is divine. I knew I had to invite her to perform with us. Lammy Roar says, you praise me too highly. Who's this guy? He's huge! Allow me to introduce Mr. Roman Latousse. Lamier's manager and my interpreter, incidentally. It is a great honor for us to be here, and a great honor for Lamier to be heard in this country. What? Beetle, Kamehameha. What? This person be speaking in hieroglyphics. Yeah, sure. That voice. I wish I could understand it. It's beautiful. She's speaking in goddamn Egyptian! And not any Egyptian, hieroglyphic! Oh damn, she pretty. Oh damn, she pretty. Oh damn. Oh damn.
She may be pretty, but she's definitely in a cult. Don't stick your dick in crazy.
I'm gonna stick my dick in crazy because I already did.
I'm medicated crazy.
Crazy is still crazy.
I love you.
Love you too. Ooh! It's Lamoureux! I'm actually leading Lamoureux! Lamoureux, mysterious songstress. A quiet, deep song glides through the air, lighting above a sparse but elegant piano accompaniment. Now this is music. She's a real artist. I no speak hieroglyphic, I'm sorry.
Lamior says, we have long looked forward to this joint performance.
Oh, Lamior, your voice. It is art. God, I wish I knew what she was saying.
Yet without his piano to guide me, it is but a voice.
Who the fuck is that? Who the fuck is that? I've seen this kid somewhere before. He plays piano at all Lee Miroy's concerts. He's cute, and he's a really good pianist.
Good pianists are a dying breed, I hear. Allow me to introduce Maki to Burry. He is blind. This is why he never strays far from Lamroy. They are always together.
They're like characters from some fairy tale. Lamoureux, so, what's the word? Exotic. And mysterious. She does seem quite pretty, at least. Her eyes do. Hers is a kind of sightseeing musique. Huh? She travels the globe putting the sights she sees into song. Even though her appearance and voice are exotic, her songs remind us of something close and warm. Sights into song? That's so poetic. She was gracious enough to put music to my lyrics tonight. The guitar serenade. I hope you enjoyed it. I can't wait. And now it is time. For the next part, we're giving the Gaviners hard rock a little rest. Lamaror, the stage is yours.
The band members will not play during Lamaror's ballad. Only Maki's tender tones and Lamaror's dulcet voice.
And my guitar, of course. Woohoo! Nights like this make it all worthwhile, you know?
I should have learned to play the guitar. There's not much romance in chords of steel. Shall we hit the stage then?
Good luck, Mr. Gavin!
Take care, your hearts aren't stolen away, yeah?
Let's get back to the concert hall, Polly.
Okay. Sugar, sugar.
Oh, that night, in your embrace. Next, you're getting a full body shot of your boy! Right, this was on the 3DS. Oh my, he's wearing pants! Not just any pants, he's wearing tight leather pants. Nyx must be salivating right now. Drooling at her fucking computer. Okay, it's witchcraft now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. I'm totally okay right now. Everything is fine. Gavin's guitar was on fire. Wow, wasn't Lumiere amazing? I even cried a little. I was surprised Prosecutor Gavin actually burned his guitar. Oh shit, that wasn't part of the performance. Yeah, it's even surprised me, and I'm a magician. What a production.
What a destruction.
I don't think Prosecutor Gavin was expecting it either, oddly. He looked surprised as I was. Is that what they call risking life and limb for art? I think he's my new hero.
I'm not sure I'd call that art.
Well, what are we doing here? Let's get going to Mr. Gavin's dressing room. There's 20 minutes still, the last part of the show.
How many breaks does this band need?
Yeah, I know I'm behind regarding D&D style Fae and demons and names. What the heck was that? I was never consulted about it. Sorry, Mr. Gavin, sir. I asked the man in charge. I play new rock, not great balls of fire.
Goodness gracious, great balls of fire!
Speaking of fire, I have a good mind to fire who's ever responsible. He seems upset. Apollo Justice, were you the one who tried to torch me? Hey, I didn't do it! So much for risking your life for art. The guitar serenade is ruined! Ruined! Well, let's try to talk to him at least. I'm not sure that's the best move right now. You mean the guitar that wasn't part of the act? Part of the act? Who would burn up a guitar on purpose? But it worked really well with the lyrics just then. Burning on my heart, fire, burn my love away all the way.
Wait, you think the audience thought it was? Sounds like he got lucky.
They probably thought it was part of the act. At least I did.
He got lucky and he didn't realize it.
Anyway, that guitar was Ferrari of guitars. All the speed, all the sound, and all the price. If it burned one of those at every show, I'd go broke. I'm usually frugal for a rock band. Try saying that to Mr. Gavin. Acton! Today's been one disaster after another. My hog won't run, my guitar case is broken. Daddy told me there'd be days like these. Wasn't Lemierre's song incredible? You worked on it too, right, Mr. Gavin? Ah, yes, thanks. It was a collaboration. I wrote the lyrics and she wrote the melody. You know, I was surprised she could sing in English. I'm sure she practiced a long time for this day. Ah, here. Sugar, sugar, oh, that night in your embrace, when you stole away the keys, my heart held on so tight. Pleasure, pleasure, but a fleeting melody, it wraps itself around me, and now out through the air I fly. What's this? A lyric sheet, it's yours. Signed by myself and Lemierre. Yippee! Thanks so much! Will I ever get to sign our client's defense agreements? Almost time for the third act of the night. Oh, there's more? Yes, Lemierre's part is done. Now it's time for us to drop our groove again, Ja. Hope you're ready to catch it. Woohoo! Ready, Apollo? I think I'll pass. Eh? I like the bit with Lemierre, but the rest could use a volume knob turned way down. Ah, Paul, you're getting old. Does 22 qualify as old to a 15-year-old? Well, I'm going. Let the old folks rest backstage, yeah? Time to rock. Hey, you're older than I am! Yo, what's this? A postcard of Lemierre. I can't read a single word of the sentence at the bottom. Trissy might want one of these. I'll show it to her next time we're here. There's graffiti on the mirror. Lipstick. Wait, but the Gaviners are all guys. Is he maybe Prosecutor Gavin wears lipstick? Possibly. Oh, let's get out of here. Hey, it's you! That right kid! Detective Sky! I'll let that right kid business pass. Call me Emma. There's no need for titles once you've shared a bottle of fingerprinting powder.
That's a new one.
So, Emma, what are you doing here? Isn't it obvious? I'm snacking. You think I want to be here? Me in charge of security in this pit? Security? Did something happen? There's no knowing with what that glimmerous fop. Apparently, he's all upset because something was stolen. He wants security back here during the concert. Where does he get off acting like he's some big rock star?
He is a big rock star.
Hey, you listening to me? So where's this door lead to? This one? That's Lemierre's dressing room. Don't even think of going in there unless you want a piece of snackoons in your face. Is she ever in a good mood? I wonder. Emma. I've never seen someone eat snacks with such vehemence. Better give her a wide berth. Tunk. She snackooned me! Emma. Emma. Okay, well, she's just gonna keep fucking smacking me in the face. This is bugging me. What's that doing on the ground? What's this? Some kind of headset earpiece? Why would someone leave this in the hallway? Maybe Lemierre's bodyguard dropped it? Emma! Will you stop eating those snacks for a second and listen? Ha! You think you're gonna pull me away from my snacks just hear you mumbling? On and on about whatever you're gonna be sorely disappointed. At least I got her to stop munching. That must be a bottomless bag of snacks. Wait, did one of these pop up? No? Okay. What's that odd-looking doll doing there? Oh, that's the blue badger. Could you try either talking or munching, but not both? She shakued me! Serves me for going out of my way. Sorry, I don't speak snackoos. Jesus fucking Christ. That's a pretty sturdy looking box there. Maybe it's an instrument case? There's a guitar next to it. Don't even think about taking that. I don't think I could even carry it. Well, there's nothing much to do here. I'll go back to the dressing room because she's being a dick. Okay, there's nowhere to go. What do I do? Come to think of it, I am a little thirsty. I'll have some tea. I think I'll get a water. I'll have tea. If you want tea so bad, go buy it yourself. I'll take a tea. The Governor's guilty as charged tour poster. They're plastered all over the place. It's annoying. Well, this is a concert venue. It makes sense. Why? Everyone here is already here. Why advertise it to them? People like to see the posters at the concert. It's part of the experience. Do you have to find fault with everything I say? You know what? Now I'm curious. That's Prosecutor Gaviner's dressing room. Put so much as a hand on the door and I'll snaku you. Hold on! I just came out of there! Don't play smart with me. I'll play smart all I fucking want. I'm having to click every fucking spot in this fucking place. So this is Lamoureux's dressing room. If you even think about going in there, I'll... What was that? Was that a gunshot? Something's going on. You! Out of my way! Emma! Lamoureux! Lamoureux! It's not locked. I'm going in. Oh god, two giant... What the fuck caused those bullet holes? What the fuck were they firing in here? A fucking 50 caliber? What the shit? What's that awful noise? Oh, it's the concert. Oh, he was firing a fucking revolver. That's Lamoureux's manager, Mr. What's his name? Latouche! Oh no! Hey, you! Me! Watch this room for me. I have to call for backup. Right, understood. You want to make sure no one comes in, right? And don't touch anything. I'll be right back. What's going on? I just talked to him and now... He's alive. Mr. Latouche, can you hear me?
Shot. I was shot.
Who shot you?
I don't know.
Ask what?
Ask witness.
Witness? There was a witness? Who?
Cold. So cold. Witness.
You're cold? Don't worry. You're gonna be fine. Help is on the way.
Can't see.
Hang in there, Mr. Latouche. Tell me who was the witness.
The witness is Siren.
Siren? How can a siren witness anything? Mr. Latouche! Who's there? What's wrong? Emma, did you see anyone just now? No. Could've sworn I heard a door close. The concert's been canceled. Backup's on its way. Is Mr. Latouche... He's dead, isn't he? That's terrible. I lost him. Jesus Christ. Romain Letou shot. I heard his last words. The witness is the siren, whatever that means. The venue's locked down. We took names and addresses before letting the crowd go. Good work, Darren. I'll let you know if I find out anything about the victim. Later. It's investigation time then, Fräulein Detective. I don't need some rock and rolling prosecutor to tell me that. One request I must make. Don't tell no one, on staff or otherwise, anything of this. Sharkman. Ooh, a gag order. No word gets out other than that Mr. Letouce is dead. No word of the cause of death or the murder. Tell no one. Not even Lamoureux? Not even her. We must keep everything under wraps. So I looked it up, and a 22 to a 12 gauge slug are only ones that can go through walls. Okay, explain the fucking crater! Oh, one other thing. I'll need your signature on this here forehead. Yours too, Fräulein. On what? An investigation request? Why just us? You two are civilians. It's standard procedure. That should be okay to sign, I think. Hold on, I'm taking a look at this quick. To ensure the efficiency and secrecy of our investigation, the bearer is hereby ordered to speak to no one outside the investigation concerning any details of the case. District Police Chief. Okay, so me and Trucy can't talk about this outside this group. Got it. Right, well, let's get started with the investigation. I'm on it already! Ah, and one tip for you. Huh? Me? Try not to get the Fräulein's detective's way. She's in a foul mood today. Gee, I wonder why. We were all questioned as witnesses. And now none of us can go home. We'll investigate, all right. Our way. Somehow I don't see us getting back to that crime scene anytime soon. I still can't believe I was there when it happened. Not an experience I care to repeat anytime soon. This is no time for navel-gazing. Let's crack this case. I worry about Trucy. She seems to have a very loose idea of what it means to be an attorney. Of course, that's not surprising considering who her father is. Is something the matter? No, let's get cracking. I'm the only one who was there. The only one who heard Letouce's last words.
The witness is siren.
First order of business is to find out what he meant by siren. Whew, boy. Okay. We're gonna save her here. And we're gonna call it a night. We already say, so we don't have to worry about that. Alright. Well, that was an experience. Alright, so apparently this case is called Turnabout Serenade. So we will continue the Turnabout Serenade on Wednesday. I'm actually really happy we're doing this series, but I seriously need friends to do this with, because doing all the voices myself is fucking killing me. Holy shit, dude. Like, I'm dying over here, and it's terrible. I really need someone I really need help with this. But yeah, guys, Please don't forget to share the streams around, share my videos around. Word of mouth is always a good thing. And please don't forget to donate. I am struggling a little bit here. Not a good time. But yeah. Love you guys very much. And I will talk to you all on Wednesday. And the Imperial Guard video should be ready by either Saturday or Sunday. So I'll talk to you guys on Wednesday. Good night, everybody.